All right, I want to welcome everybody. Good afternoon, by the way. Welcome to one of our very few afternoon performances to the Y108 Bowser Nissan Theater. Last night we had one of his label mates in town, and today I'm glad to welcome Arista Nashville's Matt Stell. Nice to see you, sir.
Nice to see you. Hey, friends.
All right, so let's get this out of the way first.
Yeah.
I know I introduced you as Matt Stell, but I probably should have introduced you as Paul Wayne Walker.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain that?
Yeah. So when I was playing basketball in college, and my coach found out that I was playing music in bars during the season, he was none too pleased. So anyway, he told me not to do it anymore. But I was already in it too deep. There was no way I wasn't gonna. So I just played under a pseudonym for my senior year, and it was Paul Wayne Walker. So like my friends knew that if that was on the marquee, that was me.
Where did the name come from?
There's a songwriter from Mississippi I like a whole lot. His name was Paul Thorne, Paul Wayne Thorne, and my mom's maiden name was Walker. So
there
I
you
just
go.
mashed it up.
And your coach never caught on.
No, he didn't. Although I've told this story a handful of times, and we're still like pretty close. So I'm expecting a phone call pretty soon. Probably gonna make me run even now.
All right, so you grew up in a town, Center Ridge, Arkansas. Mm-hmm. Now, I went on to their Wikipedia page.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
There is one?
Yeah, well, it's very small. 388 people, it says, call Center Ridge home.
Well, that's just the metropolitan area.
Okay. Are
The
they all
suburbs-
Stells?
The suburbs. Most of them are Stells or Flowers. Yeah, I'm related to a lot of them.
So did you grow up in town?
Well,
Does it have a stoplight first off?
no.
Okay.
No. It has like 300. It has a school, and it's got 10 churches and 2 liquor stores. So we're a wet
Hey,
county.
your priorities are there. So, all right, so this might be an interesting question then.
Yeah.
We go home with you to Center Ridge.
Right.
What are we doing?
Probably something that involves trucks, or guns, or hunting, or fishing, or something.
That's pretty much the only pastime.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from a make your own kind of fun kind of place. It doesn't really matter what you're doing. It's more who you're doing it with. So yeah, we would have a great time, but we would burn some gasoline somehow.
And you would get in trouble, I'm sure, too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I suppose there's always the opportunity for trouble. Yeah.
All right. So we know you played college basketball, and then you went and took a trip to Haiti. And you were so inspired by that, you came back and applied to Harvard Medical School. And
The
got in.
pre-medical program. Yeah.
Okay,
so-
but it's Harvard. Okay, that's the operative word there. Pre-med is fine.
Yeah.
Okay, Harvard pre-med. You got accepted.
I did. Yeah. I
And
mean,
then you're like, no.
well, I thought. I'd moved to Nashville a couple years before that, and you never know in like music that there's not like you can't check your progress. You don't really know where you're
timeline.
at. There's no timeline. You don't know what's going on, and so you just grind with with the hopes that something good's gonna happen if you put the work in. And the wheels were turning slow, and I had an opportunity that kind of fell through, and I was like, well, maybe I'll just maybe this isn't meant to be. Maybe I'll just be the kind of person that just always makes music, but it'll be more of a passion hobby than it will my life. And, I took that medical missions trip, and I saw what these doctors were doing to improve these people's lives. I was like, man, that's pretty incredible. So, I thought about it and applied, and I got in to that program. And, about 6 or 8 weeks before I was moving to the Northeast, I got the opportunity that I got a publishing deal offer, which turned into everything else. So I was close to checking out.
And you can always go back.
I suppose so. I don't want to go back now, though. I love this was Plan A. So I felt like if I would have left, I would have been kind of quitting on something, and I'm not a quitter really. So
All right. So one of the most trending things on BuzzFeed a couple weeks ago was questions not to ask or things not to say to tall people. And since you're 6'7", let's see if you were ever asked any of these.
okay.
All right. Can you dunk?
Yes, I've been asked that a time or two.
Okay. Can you dunk?
Yeah.
Okay, I hope so. All right. How's the weather up there?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yep.
How do you find clothes that fit?
Yep. What's funny about that is, now like kind of like high waters are coming back in style, like they're in style. I wish they would have been in style when I was in like 10th grade. That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's all I had. Like my pants, I would buy them, and they were short that next day. So it'd be cool. It would have been a lot better if they would have been cool then.
Are your parents tall?
Yeah, my dad was like 6'5", and my mom's, I guess, 5'7" or so.
Okay.
So.
Do you have to duck a lot?
Yeah, and I wear hats a lot, and you don't think about peripheral vision being vertical, but it is, and I hit my head a lot with wearing hats. Like I won't say it's a problem, but it's definitely a nuisance.
Can you reach that for me?
Yeah, I'm really good at it. I'm first team all light bulb.
Is it hard to find a date?
Uh,
Is it hard to date because everybody's so much shorter?
I never honestly think about. Everybody's 5'10" to me unless somebody's like 6'4". Like I can't tell the difference. So it was probably easier than it could have been.
Do you always have to sit first class or get an emergency seat?
Oh man, so I fly a lot, and I'm in Southwest Plains more times than not. And luckily I'm A-list. But like yesterday, I'm getting on the plane. And, if there's a lot of like pre-boarding folks, they'll take the best seats are like the bulkhead seats because you have the leg room. And then there's nowadays in the Southwest plane, there's one exit row seat that's like doesn't have a seat next to it. And I was walking, and the one guy in front of me, and he was like, oh,
4 foot
he went
tall.
and sat there, and I was like, I almost asked him. I was like, dude, I'll buy you a drink on the plane if I can have that seat. But I just didn't.
And do you get asked to move a lot when you sit down in front of people?
If we walked in here and I would have been sitting in that corner right there, somebody would have needed to change that light bulb. I'm always in the way. I'm constantly in the way. But I'm a pretty conscientious concert goer. Like I'm never right in the front because it's just going to ruin everybody's time.
All right.
So I'm generally in the back. It's always good to find like some kind of support beam in the room, and I can just stand in front of it. Yeah.
All right. So we always end this little part with 60 seconds with.
All right.
So it's rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Vic will have the clock ready to go. So 60 seconds with Matt Stell. Worst job you ever had?
Construction, laying pipeline.
Nickname?
Stretch.
Hunting or fishing?
Hunting.
Dumbest thing you ever did to hurt yourself?
A terrible road trip in a crappy Geo Metro in a snowstorm.
Oh, wow. Okay. Go-to comfort food?
Grandmama's biscuits.
Favorite app?
Favorite app? I don't know. The weather. Boring.
Beer or liquor?
Liquor. I'm on keto.
Okay. Favorite liquor?
I like bourbon. I drink a lot of Maker's Mark.
There you go.
A little Maker's Mark.
Bucket list golf course?
Augusta.
Okay. Best golf course you ever played?
Oh, man. Blue Jack in Houston.
How do you take your steak?
Medium rare or rare plus.
All right. Last thing you Googled?
How much... I can't remember the last thing I Googled. It was something simple.
Probably how to drive to Pittsburgh.
Right.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. 60 seconds with Matt Stell.
Awesome. That's kind of stressful. On the clock there. Hope everybody's doing great. What day is it?
Thursday.
Oh, it's the weekend. Awesome. Awesome. Happy to be here, man. Thanks so much for having me. I'm going to play you some songs that I made up about all kinds of stuff. This first song I'm going to play you, I wrote with some friends of mine in Nashville. And as I mentioned before, and as we've talked about, I travel all over, and it's awesome. And one thing I've noticed that even in 2019, where we sit right now, we all have so much more in common than we don't. And I know that sounds cliche, but I wrote this song being from a small town, and I played it. I was hanging out with my buddy Jimmy Allen, and I played it for Jimmy, and Jimmy's like, man, that sounds just like where I grew up. I said, dude, you're from Delaware. I said, I'm from Arkansas. I grew up in South Florida, too. From that, we figured out that, Jimmy's background a lot different than mine and from a different place, but, man, we got a lot in common. So, anyway, this song is about, it's about being from a small town. It's called Home in a Hometown. Nothing but a cigarette scratch, y'all stop on your way to somewhere. thing higher than the corn are the steeples and the price of gas. Only got one stoplight, one diner, with a few good old timers still living in the glory days. It's just Main Street and a courthouse. It ain't much to talk about, but we make the most of this place. We put the back in the road when we pull off the highway. The score on the board on the November Friday. The hey, how you been when you ain't been around? Home in a hometown. We put the punch in the clock, cause it's just what we do. The cold on the beer when the work week's through. But they raise 'em up right in a little white house, and a home in a hometown. We put the fire in the field and the country on the radio station. We put our tails on gates and fill 'em up when our cups need raising. Yeah, it's just some ball caps and blue jeans. It really ain't no new thing, no. We put the back in the road when we pull off the highway. Score on the board on a November Friday. The hey, how you been when you ain't been around? Home in a hometown. We put the punch in the clock, cause it's just what we do. The cold on the beer when the work week's through. But they raise 'em up right in a little white house, and a home in a hometown. You got your home team, your home boys, the draw and the y'all in your home voice. A down home girl when it's said and done. Yeah, that's a home run, son. Put the back in the road when we pull off the highway. Score on the board on a November Friday. The hey, how you been when you ain't been around? Yeah, we put the punch in the clock, cause it's just what we do. The cold on the beer when the work week's through. Put the raise 'em up right in a little white house, and a home in a hometown. Yeah, with a home in the hometown. Oh, thank y'all. I'll sip of water here. I meant to mention, I brought Jimmy up in that to tell that story. It's true, but he also is featured on that track on my EP. So he jumped on and sang a verse, and Jimmy's the best, man. Anyway, next song. Next one. This next song I wrote with another couple buddies in town. And you asked me earlier if it was beer or liquor, and unfortunately, a lot of times it's a little bit of both. But if I'm being honest, but anyway, this song's called "I Bet Whiskey Would," and I really, if I'm just being honest, I wrote this song about hitting on a girl at a wedding reception. We just hit it off and got so much in common, like we're on to something good. But there's just one problem: our drinks hit the bottom way sooner than they should. I could get another cold beer, you another rosé. We could keep it low key, okay. That vibe that I'm getting from you says I go to it just won't do. I bet whiskey would start it off good, swaying in your seat, taking it out on the floor. Your tipsy dance, heels in your hand, rocking with the band till 3 in the morning. Need something that'll get this night going down like it should. Kick this thing alright. I bet whiskey would. There's bars like a circus, but I bet we'll get VIP service with you looking that way. Yeah, We could do it in Lynchburg, we can do it well. Take a little tour of the top shelf. Get it going, get it on the rocks, and get it rolling. I bet a whiskey would, starting off good. Swaying in your seat, take it out on the floor. And tipsy dance, years in your hand. Rocking with the band till 3 in the morning. Need something that'll get this night going down like it should. Kick this thing off right. I bet a whiskey would. I could get another cold beer, you another rosé. We could keep it low key, okay. The vibe that I'm getting from you says I go to it, just won't do. I bet a whiskey would, starting off good. Swaying in your seat, taking out on the floor. Your tipsy dance, heels in your hand. Rocking with the band till 3 in the morning. Need something that'll get this night going down like it should. Kick this thing alright. And I bet a whiskey would. I bet a whiskey would. Yeah, babe. I bet a whiskey would. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, thank y'all. Thank you very much. So, I see you have a shirt that says Clearwater Beach. I grew up just south of there on the Florida Gulf Coast. And my stepdad's actually from Pittsburgh, so I've been up here. I played a little AAU basketball up here back in the day. All right. Well, that's aggressive. It's usually like, I mean to be like just throwing stuff. I don't like this water. Just kidding. Yeah, so this next song I'm going to play you, I named my EP after this song. I really like it. And it's, again, it's about traveling, but this one's kind of about trying to run away from your problems. Spoiler alert, you can't do it. It's a big old world inside this little town. Thought that's all I needed to drown you out. It was gonna be easy. It was supposed to be easy. Put some days, put some miles in the rear view. A few state lines between me and you. Just a little space and time and I'd be fine. But I've been from Savannah to Long Beach, trying to keep your memory out of reach. But there you were in the Delta nights, the Santa Fe sun, Colorado sky. I could add another push pin to the map. That don't stop me from missing you, but looking back, there's just one place I haven't gone. I've moved everywhere but home. Mail still going to mama's house, 'cause I'm still long gone trying to figure out who I am without you, and why I still think about you. Just about my time making ends meet, loading trucks, pouring coffee, pouring concrete, planning my next move, getting over you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been from Savannah to Long Beach to keep your memory out of reach. But there you were in the Delta nights, the Santa Fe sun, Colorado sky. I could add another push pin to the map. That don't stop me from missing you and looking back. There's just one place I haven't gone. I moved everywhere but home. If I had it my way, this old highway would have fixed me up somehow, would have led me home by now. Oh, but I've been from Savannah to Long Beach to keep your memory out of reach. But there you were in the Delta nights, the Santa Fe sun, the Colorado sky. I could add another push pin to the map, but that don't stop me from missing you and looking back. It's just one place I haven't gone. I moved everywhere but home. I moved everywhere but home. Oh, thank you. Thanks for singing along. Appreciate that. Man. Y'all, this next song I'm going to play you. Thanks for hanging out on Thursday, by the way. I really appreciate it. It's always fun to play music, especially when people are paying attention. It's pretty great. Beats the hell out of the Buffalo Wild Wings situations I've been in lots of my lifetimes. Like, I love Buffalo Wild Wings when the game's on. Not where I go to see music. So anytime I played there, I'm like, who's here to see me? Because there's a lot of TVs on. So anyway, this next song, I'm going to leave y'all with this one. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Again, my name is Matt Stell. And this song changed my whole life, man. I wrote it, I think I mentioned earlier, I was at that crossroads trying to decide what to do. And I met the guy that signed me to a publishing deal and then a management deal. And then we wrote this song, and one thing led to another. And now I got a record deal, and I'm on the same label as Brooks and Dunn, which is like pretty crazy. And, I don't say that, and I don't say that to brag. I got to play the Grand Ole Opry because of this song, and I don't say that to brag. I just say thank you for listening. Thank you, Country Radio, for playing it. And yeah, this song's about a guy that's a lot like me, who's a lot luckier than he deserves. But I think the moral of the story is that if you hang in there and fight the good fight, you allow something good to happen. So that's what this song's about. Never been one to ask for help. If I need a mountain moon, I'm moving myself. I ain't a church pew regular, twice on Sunday, quote you the scripture kind. I'm far from a preacher, but I'm a believer. Every single day before I knew your name, I couldn't see your face, but I prayed for you. Every heartbreak trail when all hope failed, on a highway to hell, I prayed for you. I kept my faith like that old King James. It said I'm supposed to. It's hard to imagine bigger than I could fathom. I didn't know you from Adam, but I prayed for you. For someone to love me like you do, graceful eyes that see me through, a smile that steals me, a heart that heals me, a touch that kills me too. Hey baby, you're perfect. I guess the good Lord heard it now. 'Cause every single day before I knew your name, I couldn't see your face, but I prayed for you. Every heartbreak trail when all hope failed, on a highway to hell, I prayed for you. I kept my faith like that old King James. It said I'm supposed to. It's hard to imagine bigger than I could fathom. I didn't know you from Adam, but I prayed for you. I knew your name. Couldn't see your face, but I prayed for you. Every tail light fade, the goodbye rang. Girl, even today I prayed for you. I kept my faith like that old King James said I'm supposed to. It's hard to imagine bigger than I could fathom. I didn't know you from Adam, but I prayed for you. Every single day I prayed for you, baby. Yes, I did. I prayed for you. Man, thank y'all so much for hanging out. Have a great weekend. It's Thursday.
I love that song.
Thank you so much. Thanks for taking an hour out of your day to come hang out and listen and chill. Great, good. Y'all having fun? Thumbs up. Good.